If you're 65 or older and you still pay a full property tax bill every single year, there's a real chance you've been handing over money the law never said you owed. Not a discount you forgot to ask for, an exemption that's sitting there, written into your own state's rules, with your age range on it, going unclaimed. And this is the part that stings. These breaks don't switch on by themselves. Nobody at the county mails you a letter that says, "Congratulations, you turned 65, we'll lower your bill now." The office already knows. They just wait for you to ask. And most people never do, so they keep paying the full amount year after year, while the senior next door pays a fraction of it for the same kind of house. This is for you if you own your home and you're past 65 or getting close. It's for you if you're on a fixed income and that tax bill is the thing that scares you every fall. Stay with me, because there's one move near the end, a free one, that can stop the bleeding completely on some homes, and there's a date this autumn you really don't want to blow past. Welcome back to the Finance Scribe, and if you just found us, glad you're here. Real quick, these rules shift every year and no agency calls to walk you through them, so subscribe and you'll catch each change while there's still time to act on it. And don't just take my word for any of this. Every state page and form I mention is linked down in the description. Go read the real thing yourself. All right, let's start with the one almost everybody qualifies for. Start with the plain exemption because it's the one with the widest door. Almost every state lets a homeowner 65 or older knock part of their home's taxable value off the books, and a lot of states aim the deepest cuts at seniors living on a modest income. This is where it gets real. The income lines are all over the map. In North Carolina, the cutoff sits around $33,800. Ohio draws it near $36,000. New Jersey runs a program that now reaches all the way up past $170,000. Washington opens its door at $61,000, as long as your household income runs under $40,000. Same idea, wildly different numbers, depending entirely on which state's lines you're standing inside. And in a lot of places, your Social Security check doesn't even count against that limit, which means people who assume they earn too much actually qualify. Let me make this a person. I'll call her Margaret, 71, widowed, same brick house outside Columbus, Ohio, since the 80s. Margaret paid her full property tax for years, never missed it. She also never knew Ohio had a homestead exemption built for someone exactly like her on exactly her income. When a neighbor finally mentioned it, she applied, and her bill dropped by a few $100s a year. Good news. The gut punch? She couldn't get back the years she'd already overpaid. That money was just gone. That's the rule almost nobody says out loud. These breaks usually start the year you claim them, not the year you became eligible. Every year you wait is a year you never get back. Who's this for right now? Anyone 65 and up on a low or fixed income who's never filed for it? If that's you, your homework is one phone call to your county assessor asking which senior exemption you qualify for. Make that call before this year's window shuts. Now the freeze, and this one's quietly the most powerful because it doesn't just trim your bill, it stops the clock on it. Several states let a senior lock things in. Texas does it with school taxes through what they call the school tax ceiling. The year you turn 65, the amount of school tax you pay that year becomes the most you'll ever pay on that home. Values around you can climb, new assessments can come and go, your school tax number stays put. New Jersey runs its own version through the senior freeze, where the state pays you back for the increase, so your bill effectively stops growing. Illinois has a freeze for lower income seniors too. Here's the catch most people miss, and it matters. A senior freeze usually freezes the assessed value of your home, not the tax rate. It isn't magic. It's a cap on the part that runs away from you fastest as your neighborhood gets pricier. On a home in a hot market, that cap can be worth thousands over a handful of years. And here's why timing actually bites. A freeze locks in around the value the year you qualify and file. Wait 3 years while prices jump, and you've handed away 3 years of increases you could have capped. The lock is only as good as the day you start it. This one's for two groups especially. The long haul owner, same house 20, 30 years, watching the assessment creep every single cycle, and the person who just hit 65 this year, sitting on the single best moment to freeze before the next jump. If that second one is you, this is your window. Don't let it slide by. Okay, the big one. The move that makes people stop and say, wait, that's legal? It is. It's called a property tax deferral, and in the right situation, it lets a senior stop paying property tax altogether and stay in the home. The mechanics are simple, in plain English. You apply through your state's program. The state then steps in and pays your county property tax for you. They don't hand you cash. They quietly record a lien against your home for the amount they covered. A small interest charge ticks along, and not $1 comes due while you're living there. The bill only gets settled later, when the house is sold or passes to your heirs, paid straight out of the proceeds. You keep your home, you keep your monthly money, the tax waits. Look at how differently the states play it. Oregon runs one for homeowners 62 and up with household income at or below $70,000, where the Department of Revenue pays the county and files the lien. Minnesota's version is almost gentle. You pay only 3% of your household income toward property tax, and the state loans you the rest. Texas lets a senior defer under tax code section 33.06 with 5% interest, settled when the home changes hands. Different doors, same idea. You postpone the bill instead of drowning in it. Now, is it for everybody? No, and I won't pretend otherwise. You're putting a lien on the house, so there's less left for the kids someday. But picture the senior this was built for. House paid off, cash tight, a property tax bill that swallows a whole month's income every year and keeps climbing. For that person, a deferral is the difference between keeping the home and being taxed right out of it. This one's for the house-rich, cash-poor crowd, the folks sitting on a paid-off home that the tax bill alone is trying to push them out of. If that's your situation, here's the exact question to ask your county or state revenue office. Say this: does my state offer a senior property tax deferral, and am I eligible to apply this year? Write down what they tell you, because this is the one almost nobody knows to even ask about. There's a group these programs quietly protect that barely ever gets mentioned: surviving spouses. In a lot of states, when the homeowner who held the senior exemption passes away, the break doesn't just vanish on the widow or widower. Many states let the surviving spouse keep it, sometimes starting as young as 55, as long as they stay in the home. If you lost a husband or wife and you assumed their tax break died with them, go check, because in plenty of places it didn't, and you may be sitting on a benefit you think you already lost. And then there's stacking. Senior breaks often sit on top of other ones, not instead of them. A veteran's exemption, a disability exemption, a general homestead exemption, then the senior piece layered over it. Each one shaves the bill a little more. New York even started cleaning up its own paperwork. Their enhanced star break for seniors now upgrades automatically when an already enrolled homeowner turns 65, no new form. Helpful, sure, but notice the trap. That only fires if you were already in the system. Brand new to it, you're still on the hook to file that first time yourself. Quick question for you, and I do read these. Which state are you watching from? Drop it in the comments, because the rules I just ran through land completely differently depending on where you live, and it tells me whose state to break down next. I want to cover yours. And if you're a widow or widower, or you're stacking a veteran or disability status on top of your age, your job is simple. Ask which breaks you can layer, not just the one. Most people claim a single exemption and stop. Don't stop at one. How do you actually go claim any of this without losing a weekend to government websites? Let me give you the short path. First, the free help almost nobody uses. ARP runs a program called Property Tax Aid. It's free, it covers all 50 states, and it exists for exactly this, helping older homeowners find and file for exemptions, freezes, and deferrals. They've got an online eligibility screener and a call center. The number to reach AARP Foundation Tax Aid is 1-888-227-7669. Say it with me and keep it somewhere safe. 1-888-227-7669. That one call can be worth anywhere from a couple $100s to a few thousand back in your pocket, depending on your state. Second, your county. Every exemption ultimately runs through your local assessor or tax office, and applying is free, always. This is the open loop I promised you up top. The single move most seniors never make is just filing the form, the real one, with the county the year they first qualify. That's it. Free, official, and most people skip it for years. Third, the date, and this is where the clock bites. A lot of these programs run on annual deadlines, and some make you reapply every single year. New Jersey's Senior Freeze, for one, has its deadline for this round falling on November 2nd, 2026. Their helpline is 1-800-882-6597. Miss the window and you don't just wait a year, you forfeit that year. Gone. One real favor to ask. If you've got a parent, a neighbor, anyone over 65 on a fixed income, screenshot this part and send it to them today. One forwarded message could save them $1,000 this year. And tell me, of everything here, the exemption, the freeze, the deferral, which one are you about to go check on? I honestly want to know how many of us have been overpaying. One warning before you do anything, because where there's money and confusion, the scammers show up fast. Right now, seniors across several states are getting official-looking letters in the mail about their homestead. The letter pushes you to fill out a form and pay a fee, usually somewhere from $35 to over $100, to get your property a homestead designation. And the lie hiding inside it is simple. A homestead designation is not the homestead exemption. The actual tax break, the resident's homestead exemption, is completely free to file with your county. These companies are charging you for a service you never needed. Texas's own Attorney General put out a consumer alert on exactly this, after more than 100 people complained, some of whom had already mailed in money. Lock this in. No real government tax office mails you a bill to hand you a free exemption you can already file yourself. If a letter pressures you to pay a private company by a deadline to protect your home, that's your signal. Set it down and call your county assessor directly to confirm. The line to use on anyone pushing you is this: I don't pay third parties for free county forms. I'll file it myself. Goodbye. Then hang up. And if one of these lands in your mailbox, report it. You can file it at reportfraud.ftc.gov and send it to your state attorney general's consumer protection office too. The faster these get reported, the fewer of our parents fall for them. All right, the whole picture laid back out. 1, the plain senior exemption, the widest door, knocks value off your bill, but only from the year you claim it, so file now. 2, the freeze, which caps your home's assessed value the year you qualify, and the sooner you lock it, the more it's worth. 3, the deferral, the quiet heavyweight, where the state pays your property tax and waits to be repaid from the home later. 4. The breaks you're missing around the edges, the surviving spouse benefit, and the ones you can stack on top of each other. And 5. The free way in, AARP's property tax aid, and your own county office, plus the deadlines, like New Jersey's November 2nd, that quietly end your shot for the year. Your move list, quick. Step 1, call your county assessor and ask which senior exemptions, freezes, or deferrals you qualify for. Step 2, call AARP Tax Aid at 1-888-227-7669 if you want a human to walk you through it. Step 3, file the real form, free, before your state's deadline. Step 4, throw away any letter asking you to pay a fee for it. Quick honest note before you go. I'm not your tax office or your attorney. This is general information to point you the right way, not financial, tax, or legal advice. So confirm your own numbers with the official links in the description. Do that one thing, then go make the call. The county won't come find you. The savings have been sitting there the whole time, waiting for somebody to ask, so ask. And before you click away, send this to one person over 65 who's still paying full freight, not a blast to everybody, just the one person who needs it. Now you know to ask. Go get what's yours.